Thank you for clicking It's Starting Now.
Hey everyone, if you don't know me, I'm Anna, and I head up the Valorant studio here at Riot Games. Oh, and Happy New Year! I hope you're all having an amazing winter, or summer, or whatever season it is, wherever you are playing Val from. So I wanted to kick off the year a little differently this time. Don't worry, you'll still be getting loads of amazing updates from Andy and Leo and the whole team. That'll be coming in a few days and then all throughout the year. But I was thinking about how do you kick off a new year? Are you reflective on the last year or are you dreaming about the year ahead? And for me, it's actually both. First, looking back. So 2024 was a fantastic year for Val. We launched 2 new agents with Clove and Vice, lots of butterflies and lots of thorns. We added Abyss into the map pool, keeping you all right on the edge, or not. We brought Valorant to console. And then the last time I chatted with you all, I was eating fried chicken and firing off a t-shirt cannon at Champs Korea after watching that insane 5-game series between EDG and Team Heretics. But the year didn't end at Champs. We also crowned a new Game Changers champion. We had a blast in the world of Arcane. We added a new map to TDM, made a bunch of game updates, and brought you lots of cats. Apparently, you guys really like cats. And now looking ahead, as we're planning out this next year, some themes started forming. Themes that our teams became really excited about. Ones that both reflect the journey we've been on and the journey ahead. So with that, I'm here to welcome you to 2025. This year is a special one for us. It's our 5-year anniversary. Not a birthday, an anniversary, a celebration of a relationship, one that started in the midst of a global pandemic, if you can believe it. And now here we are, 5 years of being on this incredible journey with all of you. When we launched the game, we just hoped we'd made something you'd love playing as much as we did. And then through the frenzy of closed beta, watching a community build around this thing all over the world, it became so much more than any of us at Riot could have hoped for. Not dreamed of, we like dreaming around here, but the response to Val has been humbling, to say the least. The game has evolved, the sport has evolved, everything has evolved, and that's because of you. I know it's easy to say, but it is absolutely true. You've given us everything we need to get to this point in our journey, this chapter in our story, in Valorant's story. We know not every game gets this kind of moment, one where we can look back and appreciate where we've been, but also be able to see so clearly all the excitement that awaits us in the future. So we'll celebrate that anniversary together this year. In the game, around the game, there will for sure be gifts involved. A few moments throughout the year to show our gratitude and celebrate this thing we've built together. Let's talk about the calendar. So when we launched the game, we obviously knew it was going to be a live service game, meaning we'd release content and updates at some sort of regular cadence. So we put together episodes and acts to give us a framework for those releases. It was a different time. It was a simpler time. Before we had a whole esport with its own scheduling needs and a whole player base to serve in the best ways we can. We believe that how you experience Valorant over the course of a year matters. Take Champs, for example. Champions was originally designed to be the highest stakes tournament to close out every year of the VCT. And it is very much still just that, just as Kong Kong and the EDG boys. But it has evolved to be so much more than that, with agent reveals, in-city activations, fan fests, amazing live performances, the community coming together in person and online to celebrate all things Val. That opening ceremony, by the way, it literally brought the entire 2024 Valorant journey to life in 12 minutes. When I saw Mark Twan, Julie, and Natty stop in the middle of Superpower and dance to the Champs 24 gun skin finisher, bow, 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 bow. Okay, that was terrible. Please just play the footage. Right? Potter, Booster, Mixwell, Tarek, Cruz, Kaide, Tens, and so many more, all making cameos, Vice making her debut on that huge screen, Team Heretics and EDG taking their place center stage. Game, sport, community, culture, all coming together in one perfect bite. More of that, please. And you might be like, duh, Anna, just do more of that. Well, sure. But to do that, we gotta adjust the calendar a little bit, line some things up, create a new rhythm to the year. So that's what we're gonna do. First, as we've mentioned before, we're moving champs further down the calendar to October. This will create much better overall pacing for the year and keep the Val vibes going even longer. Second, as we've been moving stuff around to line it all up, we realized that episodes aren't really doing much for us anymore. And so in that spirit, bye-bye episodes, hello seasons, and more specifically, season 2025, or for those of you who like fewer syllables, V25. Acts will stay, 6 per year, with acts mainly representing meaningful periods of gameplay like they do now. Things like ranked, battle passes, premiere stages, even map rotations. All of this is about creating the space, creating the opportunities for really, really cool moments to happen. V25, 6 acts, 1 perfectly curated season of Valorant. Okay, Anna, that's cool and all, but what about the game? Well, I'm glad you asked, or I asked. And while the Val community has grown, so has our dev team. They are an incredibly ambitious and incredibly committed set of developers. And now that most of that expansion work is behind us, they are all so excited to refocus all of their energy on the things we know matter the most to you. That includes things like replays, updated map rotations, ranked rollbacks, stupid cheaters, improving matchmaking, dealing with toxicity, fixing a bunch of bugs, both old ones and fresh ones, like that one jet bug that blinded her in all her smokes, all that good stuff. We'll be sharing more with you in a dev update in the next few days, and we have a bunch of other stuff we're super excited for, just not quite ready to share yet. Oh, and yes, we should probably mention Val Mobile. You may have seen some of the playtest footage. We have an amazing team partnering with us on that work, and we'll be sharing more on that in the future. So we talk a lot about building a game that's worthy of your time, but we also think about our sport the exact same way. And 2025 will be a continued commitment to excellence, investment, and improvement in the VCT. We aspire to build a world-class sport with a world-class fan base. We see you out there, your love of the sport. We see it in your viewership. We see it when you show up to live events, in your pick'ems, in your memes, in your engagement with all that off-season drama, roster changes. You yell at us about the VCT the same way you yell at us about the game, and we love it because it means you care about it. And if you care about it, so do we. You've shown us that you want the sport to continue to thrive, and that gives us the courage and the space to keep investing deeply into Val Esports. Leo will have more details to share in the next couple of days. In the meantime, get ready for an awesome VCT season ahead, and if you see me in Bangkok, Toronto, or Paris this year, be sure to come by and say hi. All right, before we wrap this up, let's talk story. When we launched Val, we had the beginnings of a universe. We had ideas of where we could take it, of where it could go next. But it was important to us that you wanted to know more about it too. We've seen you engage with our world, with our agents and their stories, with your fan art and your theories, your clips, and your sometimes borderline salacious fan fiction. We know about that. We know about the e-dating too. Over the course of this next year and beyond, you're gonna see us experimenting with even more ways to bring the Valorant universe to life. There is a story we wanna tell this season, a journey we'd like to take you on. It'll show up in some familiar places like agent voice lines, stuff that shows up on the maps, different cinematics, and it's gonna show up in a bunch of different places, ones we hope you'll discover along the way. The start of a year, the start of a season, and in many ways, the start of the next chapter of Valorant. It is impossible for us to express how much gratitude we have for this community. You give us the opportunity to work on this game, best jobs of our lives. We had dreams that Val would become the game that it is today, and it is that game because of our players. Valorant's 5th year is dedicated to all of you, to your stories, and to celebrating this community. Welcome to season 2025. It's gonna be bananas in all the best ways. Thanks, y'all.